Sir, I have to explain it also, or just I will write the code and execute it.
No, no, you have to explain it. How others will able to understand what you are saying. You need to explain it and then execute the code.
Okay, sir.
It is like audiences. These are your audience, okay, and you have to present it like this way, okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please go ahead.
So here we are going to study about Python classes and objects. So basically a class is like a object constructor or a blueprint for creating object. Means here we create a blueprint, or we can say a template for creating objects in Python. Basically a object is a specific instance of a class which contains data and function. So to create a class, we use the keyword class here. So for example, class and then the class name we can declare. So let me just
Yeah, what happened, Shivam?
Sir, can I use my basic VS Code rather than using Jupyter?
Yeah,
I
yeah, you can
am
use that
not.
in which you are comfortable. Yeah, in which you are comfortable, you can use. You can use
Okay, sir.
your basic VA code.
Okay, sir.
But you have unshared your screen. Please share your screen.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Everyone, please follow Shivam, okay? Whatever he is telling and whatever he is explaining and executing the code, parallelly, you can also uh, open your favorite uh, framework that on which you can execute the code, okay? I can't hear anyone from you.
Okay, sir.
Am I audible to all?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
because we have a very strict timelines and that we have to meet. Otherwise, we are not able to complete the session and the internship on time. Okay, so please
Okay,
be
sir.
attentive, and whatever time you get in at your home, try to do some work when you are at your home. When you are not in the call. So everyone, open your VA notebook and along with Shivam, work on it.
Create a class. We use the keyword class here. We write class and then the name of the class. And here we have written x equals to 5, which is a property of in the class. Then to create object, we can use the class name my class to create object. So here we have created a object named p1, and here we have printed the value of x, which we have initialized here. Then here comes the init function. The example above are classes and objects in the simplest form are not really useful in real life applications. To understand the meaning of classes, we have to understand the built-in init function. All classes have a function called init, which is always executed when the class is being initiated. Use the init function to assign values to object properties and other operations that are necessary to do when the object is being created. So basically, we use the init function to assign the values to the object properties and to perform the operation when the object is being created. So here we have given example that create a class name person, use the init function to assign values for name and age. So here we can see that we have first created a class of the name person. Then we have defined the init function with name and age. So self dot name, here we will enter the name, and at the self dot age we will enter the age. Then we created an object p1 equals to person, where we enter the values as name and age, and then we have printed it. So let's try to run it. So here we can see that p1 dot name is containing the name John, and p1 dot age is containing the name age of John, 36. Note the init function is called automatically every time the class is being used to create a new object. So the init function is automatically called whenever we create a new object in the class. So here is the str function, which controls what should be returned when the class object is represented as a string. If the str function is not set, the string representation of the object is returned. So firstly, we represent firstly the string representation of an object without the str function. So without str function, let's see what we are getting the values. So without using the str function, we are getting that main person object at, here is some values. Let's define it. And there is also an example with the string representation of an object with the str function. When we use str function, then let's see what we get as the as our value. So here you can see the difference when we use str function and when we don't use the str function in the object. Object can also contain methods. Methods in object are functions that belong to the object. So let's create a method in the person class. So here in the person class, we are creating a method. So we are here to insert a function that print a greeting and execute it on the P1 object. So here we can see that we get the output as hello, my name is John. So here we have seen that we have inserted a function of my function, and we prints a greeting and execute it on the P1 object using P1.my function. Mm, this thing is so here we are going to read about the self parameter. The self parameter is a reference to the current instance of the class and is used to access variable that belong to the class. If it does not have to be named self, you can call it whatever you like, but it has to be the first parameter of any function in the class. So basically the self parameter is used to access the variables and methods inside the class, and it must be the first parameter of instance method. So here we have example, use the words my silly object and abc instead of self. So here we can see in the above example we are using self as the parameter, but now we are using my silly object as a parameter and abc also instead of using self. So let's see what we are getting as the output. So we got no changes in it. When we are using self dot name is equals to name and self dot age is equals to age, then also we are getting the output as hello my name is John. And if you are using any other name, then also we are getting the same output. So how to modify object properties? You can modify object properties on objects like this. Set the age to p1 of p1 to 40. Here the age was 36 and now we are setting the age of p1 to 40. So we can use the dot function p1 dot age is equals to 40 and it will update it. So how to delete the object properties? Here we use the del keyword to delete the properties on objects. So we can use del p1 dot edge to delete the object, the properties of the object. And to delete the object, you can use object, you can delete object by using the del keyword. So to delete the property, we use the del p1 and dot its property name, like here age. And to delete the object, we can use the del keyword and then the object name p1. So it will delete the object. The pass statement. Class definition cannot be empty. But if you for some reason have a class definition with no content, put it in the pass statement to avoid getting any error. Like the pass statement is used as a placeholder. It does nothing when executed, but basically it defines empty block of code to avoid syntax error. It does nothing but will not raise an error now. So here we are going to read about Python inheritance. Inheritance allows us to define a class that inherits all the methods and properties from another class. Parent class is the class which being inherit from and also called the base class, and child class is the class that inherits from another class and also called the derived class. Basically, we can say that inheritance allows us to reuse the code by creating a child class which inherits the properties of the parent class. Um, so how to create a parent class? Any class can be a parent class. So the syntax is the same as creating the other classes. So here we have to create a class named person with first name and last name properties and a print name method. So here we have created a class named person with properties with the first name, its last name, and then we have a method of print name to print the first and last name together. So let's see it and see what we get as its output. So here we can see that when we use the class person and using the method print name, we get the first name as John and and last name as Doe. Here we use the person class to create an object and then execute the print name method. How to create a child class? To create a class that inherits the functionality from another class, send the parent class as a parameter when creating the child class. So create a class name student which will inherit the properties and method from the person class. So from that here from that person class we are uh, going to inherit its data in the student class. So here we will use the past keyword when you do not want to add any other properties or method of the class. So if you don't want to enter any other properties of student itself, so we use the past keyword here. Now the student class has the same property and method as the person class. So we can use the student class to create an object and then execute the print name method. So let's do it once. So here we can see that in the student class, the student class has inherited the person's class properties, and when we try to print name from the student using the student class, then we get the output as Mike Olson, and when we use the person class, then we get the same output as John Doe. So here is add the init function to it. So far we have created a child class that inherits the property and method from its parent. We want to add the init function to the child class instead of the pass keyword. Instead of using the keyword, we will use the init function to function the child class. The init function is called automatically every time the class is being used to create a new object. So rather than using the pass keyword, here we are defining init function to the student class. When we add the init function, the child will no longer inherit the parent's function. The child's init function overrides the inheritance of the parent's init method. Using the super function, Python also has a super function that will make the child class inherit all the methods and properties from its parent. So basically, the super function is used to call the method from the parent class, and we use it to call the parent constructor. Basically, by using the super function, you do not have to use the name of the parent element. It will automatically inherit the method and properties from its parent. So here we are given an example to add a property called graduation year to the student class. Here we are using trying to add some methods in the child class. So add a method called welcome to the student class here. So here we have a method of welcome, which is printing the welcome and then the first name and last name to the class of and the graduation year, which it will inherit the data from the child and the person class. If you want to add a method in the child class with the same name as the function in the parent class, the inheritance of the parent method will be overridden. Python iterators. An iterator is an object that contains countable number of values. An iterator is an object that can be inherited upon, meaning that you can traverse through all the values. Basically, the iterator is an object that allow you to traverse through all the element of a collection one by one. Technically, in Python, an iterator is an object which implements the iterator protocol, which consists of the method iter and next. So what is the difference between iterator and iterable? List, tuples, dictionaries, and sets are all iterable objects. They are iterable containers which you can get an iterator from. All these objects have an ITR method which is used to get an iterator. Basically, the ITR method here is used to return the iterator object, and the next method returns the next item or to stop the iteration basically. So let's here we have example return an iterator from a tuple and print each values. So let's just copy it. So here we can see that the itr method returns the iterator object in the myIt variable, and then the next method just returns the next item, and till the till it stops the iteration, it keeps on printing the values, and we get our output as apple, banana, and cherries. So simply we can do this for numbers also, and just we can do 10, 20, and 30. So here we can see that we are getting the output. We can also loops the iterator. Let's see. Even strings are iterable objects and can return an iterator. String are also iterable object containing a sequence of character. Here what we are getting. So as we have read here that strings are also iterable object which contain a sequence of characters. So here we can see that we are getting all the characters individually whenever we are using the next method. So here we are going to loop through iterator. We can also use a for loop to iterate through an iterable object. So to iterate, we made a tuple, and to iterate through it, we use the for x in my tuple. Then we print the values till it get. So let's print it here only. So here you can see that using the for loop, we are getting the output as 10, 20, and 30. So this is that is how we can loop through the iterator. Oh, here as we have seen its example, iterate the character of the string. So we can also iterate it.
Shivam, till where we have covered?
Sir, till Python iterators we are going on. Almost it has
And
been completed.
how much it is now pending?
Um, Sir,
Your file
polymorphism, some
handler,
modules are there.
file handling is there. Here Python modules are is we have to cover. Then if you
Yes, sir.
scroll down. Here Python module and
Yes, sir.
wait, yeah, NumPy, Pandas, SciPy, and Matplotlib.
Matplotlib.
This is also you have to cover. Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
see here it is machine learning. So actually these are very important in during uh, for 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 preparing the project. So these things which you should all know. Right now we are only reached through basic Python. We are doing basic Python. These machine learning modules and libraries we have not touched yet. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Others also doing parallelly with Shivam, right? Hello. Am I audible to all?
Yes, sir.
What about Akash, Aditya, Ankita, Ashish Singh, Deepak Kumar, Pratik
Yes,
Yadav?
yes.
You
Yes,
people
sir.
are also doing parallelly, right?
Yes, sir.
At least you need to understand what Shivam is telling na. You need to understand and do the practice on it. Okay, because as you have seen, we have not touched the Python module yet. We have to cover Python module and then machine learning module. These all modules are very important in order to prepare the project. Until and unless we have not covered this, we did not done the practice on these things. It will be difficult to work on a live project. So if you are trying to make future in AIML or AIML AIML analyst, so you need to know all these things. Even when any company comes, they will ask you. So please give attention on these things. Shivam is doing very hard work. He's presenting things for you. So you also need to, parallelly do the things. And so it is not like that tomorrow also Shivam has presented the things. Today also. Tomorrow, every day, I would prefer a new person, new student to come up and present the things. Okay, it is not that only Shivam will. If Shivam is only give the presentation, he will. I am telling you, he is the only one who will get the job. If you people are not active, people are not contributing here, then I'm telling you, your probability of getting selected in any of the job will be very less if you are not active here. Because here you are working interns means you are like a co-worker. You are similar to parallel to to an employee. Don't think yourself as a student. You are not a student now. You have already uh, have covered the life of a student. Now only 1 or 2 semesters left. Then after that you are open for the market. So please work on it seriously. It will going to help you. Okay, understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Uh, uh, yes, Shivam, please go ahead.
Yes, sir.
And for from tomorrow, Akash Sharma. It's tomorrow. It will be your turn to present the thing. Okay?
Okay.
Am I audible to you?
Yes, yes. Hello.
Yeah. Sorry. Akash is Akash. Sorry, not Akash. Aditya Singh. Aditya, am I audible to you? Ashish. No one is here in the call. Only they just log in into the
Yes,
call
sir.
and
Yes, sir. I am
yeah,
safe.
you are here. Okay. Tomorrow it's your responsibility to present the thing. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So be prepared like this. The way Shivam is presenting, in the same way you have to present tomorrow. Fine. Shivam, please go ahead.
Yes, sir. So now we will continue stop iteration. So how? So here we learn how to create an iterator, and here now we will learn how to stop the iteration. The example would above would continue forever if you have enough next statement or if it was in a for loop. Prevent the iteration from going on forever, we can use the stop iteration method. In the next method, we can add a terminating condition to raise an error if the iteration is done a specified number of times. So basically, the stop iteration method is when you call the next method on an iterator, and if there are no more element, then Python raises the stop iteration. So this exception is handled uh, can be handled using for loop or internally also. So here is an example that here we are told to stop the iteration after 20 iterations. So let's see what we are getting. That's our output. Clear. So here we can see that we have a class called my number and a method of iteration self where self dot a is equals to 1, which will return the self. And in the next there is a next method which will keep on updating the values. And here we have a raise and stop iteration. If self dot a is less than equals to, then keep on going it. And when the condition will turn false, then it will return the value. And if this condition gets false, then else will be printed and we will raise the stop iterations. So when we print the values, then we are getting the number from 1 to till 20. And as we have called the raise we have raised the stop iteration function, then here the method has stopped iterating the values. If we remove the stop iteration method, then it will keep on continuing and it will go into an infinite loop. So here we are going to learn about polymorphism. The word polymorphism means many forms, and in programming it refers to methods, functions, operators with the same name that can be executed on many objects or classes. So basically polymorphism allow objects of different classes to be treated as a common class. The same methods and operation behave differently depending on the object's class. So function polymorphism. An example of Python function that can be used on different object is the len function. So an example of a Python function that can be used on different object is the len function. So for string, len returns the number of character. As we also know, the we have already seen it earlier that it returns the number of characters presented in it. So when we print the len function, then here we get the value as 12, as here are 12 characters, including the space also. Here is next function for tuple. For tuple, len returns the number of items in a tuple. Here in a string, the len returns the number of characters, and in tuple, it will return the number of items. So let's print it just below this and see what we get it. So here for the string, we are getting the number of characters it holds, and for in the tuples, it is telling us the number of items it has hold. Now in the dictionary, for dictionary, len returns the number of key value pairs in the dictionary. So let's print it also. Here we can see three items are here. Key and value pairs are here. Brand, model, and year are the key, and its values are Ford, Mustang, and 1964 respectively. Which it will give us the length, basically the number of key and value pairs presented in the dictionary. Class polymorphism. Polymorphism is often used in class methods where we can have multiple classes with the same method name. For example, say we have three classes, car, boat, and plane, and they all have a method called move. So basically here we are saying that different classes with the same method. Hello. So here we can see that we have created a class of name class of car. Here we have created a class of name boat, and here we have created a class of name plane, and we have and the classes have its method move. So car can drive, boat can sail, and plane can fly. So here we have created a car object. Car of 1 is equals to car, and we have provided its value. Similarly for boat and plane, and we have printed its value. So here we are trying to print the move it can make for car, boat, and plane. So for car we have got it can be drive, boat which can be sail, and similarly for plane it can fly. Inheritance class polymorphism. What about classes with child classes with the same name? Can we use polymorphism there? Yes. If we use the example above and make a parent class called vehicle and make car, boat and plane child classes of vehicle, the child classes inherits the vehicle method but can override them. So here we can see here vehicle is a parent class and car, plane and boat are inheriting the properties of vehicles. So first we are getting the brand name, which is Ford Mustang. First we are getting the brand, then model and the move it can make. So the brand for car one is Ford and model is Mustang and it can move. Now for boat one, the brand is Ibiza. The model is Touring 20 and it can sail. Similarly for plane, the brand is Boeing and model is 747 and it can fly. So child class inherits the properties and method from the parent class. We all know that. In the above example, we can see that the car class is empty. Here, the car class is empty, but it inherits brand, model, and move from vehicle. So brand, model, and the move it can make are inherited to the car from the parent class vehicle. The boat and plane classes also inherit brand, model, and move from vehicle, but they override the move method. So in the boat and plane class, we have already given its move, which is sail and fly. And in the vehicle class, we have defined the move as move only. So car has just use the data from its parent class and output give us output as move. Here we can see we have got the output as move, but in the boat and vehicle class, the move method has been the move method has been overridden, and we and the and we get the output as fly and sail for the method move. Because of polymorphism, we can execute the same method for all classes. And in class polymorphism, we use the same method name in different classes. Scope. A variable is only available from inside inside the region it is created. And this is called scope. Local scope. A variable created inside a function belongs to local scope of that function and can only be used inside that function only. So basically, scope is the region of code where a variable is recognized and it can be used. So local scope is used inside a function. It has been called or used. So a variable created inside a function is available inside that function only. So here a function, sorry, not a function. So here variable x is equals to 300 is a scope which is created inside the function, and it can only be used inside that function only. If we remove it from here and just paste it outside of the, then we can't, if we can, basically I don't think so. So basically, if we try to print the value of x outside the function, then we get an error that x is not defined. So for local, for a local scope, a variable that is created inside a function is available only inside the function only. Now function inside function. As explained in the above example, a variable x is not available outside the function. As we have seen here that the variable x is not available outside the function, it gives us an error that x is not defined. But it is available for any function inside the function. A local variable can be accessed from a function within the function. So let's copy it. So here we can see that inside a function we have given a value x is equals to 300, and then inside this function, my function, we have created a new my inner function, and we have printed the value of x inside it. So here we can get the value of x is equals to 300. So as it is written here, a local variable can be accessed from a function within the function. So here from one function we have get we have accessed the data in from the another function also. Global scope, a variable created in the main body of a Python code is a global variable and belongs to the global scope. Global variable are available from within any scope, global or local. Basically, the global scope is defined outside of all function and available everywhere in the file or whatever you say. So here x is defined outside, means it is a global variable and we can access it inside a function also and outside a function also. To get an error.
What error we are getting?
Name rent is not defined. It is not. No, sir. No error are there. I think.
It is output is coming, right? Right.
Yes, sir.
300.
Output is coming. Inside a function, we have printed x, so we have get the value, and outside the function, we are also printing x, and then also we are getting the value. So
Hmm.
global scope, global variable is available everywhere inside a function or outside a function, and it can be used anywhere also. Naming variables. If you operate with the same variable name inside and outside of a function, Python will treat them as two separate variable, one available in the global scope outside the function and one available in the local scope inside the function. The function will print the local x and then code will print the global x. So just so here x is equals to 300 is a global variable and it is a local variable which is defined inside a function. So if we try to print the value of x inside a function, then it will not to print the global variable, it will print the local variable which is defined in the function only. Basically it will override the data, and if we print simply print the value of x outside any function, then it will print us give us the global data. So here it is written the function will print the local x. Firstly, we get the value as x equals to 200, which is a local variable. And then the code will print the global variable. Means x is equals to 300, which is a global variable. We will get the data. So what is a global keyword? If you need to create a global variable but are stuck in a local scope, you can use the global keyword. The global keyword makes the variable global. If we use the global keyword, the variable belongs to the global scope. So basically, if we use the global keyword, then the variable will belongs to the global scope and it will act like a global variable. And as global variable can be accessed anywhere, we can also access it anywhere we want. So here we can see that we have defined that x is a global, and when we declare give a value to it, x is equals to 300, then we get its value outside the function. We are printing x, then we get a value as 300. If we remove the um, keyword global and if we will not declare x is equals to 300, then it will basically result into an error that x is not defined. Also use the global key for keyword if you want to make a change to a global variable inside a function. To change the value of global variable inside a function, refer to the variable by using the global keyword. So here x is equals to 300 is a global keyword, a global variable, but we want to update the value, or basically we can say that we want to change the value of the global variable. So we have used the global keyword here, and then we have updated its value, and we are trying to print and see what value we got. So basically we can see that we are getting x is equals to 200. So here x is also a global variable, but here we have updated it and changed the value from x equals to 300 to x equals to 200, and we get the output as 200. Non-local keyword. A non-local keyword is used to work with variables inside nested function. A non-local keyword makes the variable belong to outer function. If you use the non-local keyword, the variable will belong to the outer function only. Mm, let's first check it output, then try to understand it. So here in a function name my function 1, we have defined x equals to jen, which is a local variable. Then again inside a function my function 2, we have defined a non-local variable x, and we have updated its value from x equals to jane to x equals to hello, and then we have returned x. And when we call the my function, okay, when we call the function 1, then we are getting the updated value as hello, which is non-local variable. Python module. So what is a module? A file containing set of functions you want to include in the application is a module. How to create a module? To create a module, just save the code you want in a file with the file extension .py. So it will create a module. Basically, a module is a Python file, simple, which contain function, variable, and classes. So save this code in a file name mymodule.py, then it will become a module. How to use a module? Now we can use the module we just created by using the import statement. Import the module name mymodule and call the greeting function. MyModule, from mymodule.greeting Jonathan. Let's try to let's see what we get. Yes, we get hello Jonathan. So in the demo.py file, I have written a code where I have written a method which is printing hello and the name it contains. So I in a new file again, I have imported the file demo without the extension, and then demo dot using the greeting function from the first file here greeting, and giving a value named Jonathan. So it will print give us the value as hello Jonathan. So that's how we can use a module. When using a function from a module, use the syntax module underscore name dot function underscore name. Variables in module. A module can contain function as already described, but also variables of all types like arrays, dictionary, and object. So let's save it again. In the first program, just save. Here, person one is the dictionary, which is having the key values. The keys are name, age, and country, and its values are John, 36, and Norway, respectively. So in the another file, I will import this module, and I will try to print the person's age. So in the demo2 file, I will try to so let's see. Yes, we are getting the age as 36 from here. So, so that's how we can use the module. Naming a module. You can name a module file whatever you like, but it must have the file extension .py. Renaming a module, you can always create an alias when you import a module by using the as keyword. Create an alias for my module called mx. So here we are importing my module as mx. We are giving a new name to it basically, and we are using that name. So basically my first file name is demo.py, and second file name is demo2. So basically I will import demo as d. Then here at the place of demo I can use d also, and I will get the same value. So that's how we can rename a module. Built-in modules. There are several built-in modules in Python which you can import whenever you like. Import and use the platform module. Import platform. I think we haven't used any platform module. So import platform and then x equals to platform.system. Then we will print its value. So I think I haven't created any module like platforms. And so it's a built-in module. So let's try to use it. Yes. As import platform is this is a built-in module in the Python, and we are just using it uh, as platform.system, storing the value in x, and when we print it, we get the value as Windows. It is basically telling us what type of system or what type of platform we are using the dir function. It is also there is a built-in function to list all the function names in a module. The dir function list all the defined name belonging to the platform modules. So let's print it again. It will let's see. So basically it is giving all the functions name or variable name in the module. The dir function can be used on all modules, also the ones you create yourself. So if we create our own file and we use uh, mm, three or more functions in it, then also we can get all the functions name we are using in the module. Import from module. You can choose to import only parts of a module by using the from keyword. The module name my module has one function and one dictionary. So here it is a function name greeting, and here person1 is a dictionary. Import only the person1 dictionary from the module. So let's first try it. Mm, sorry. So here we can see that we have a function here and we have a dictionary here. So we are only importing the person1 dictionary only. We are not importing the functions, and we are trying to get retrieve the data of person's1 age. So we get the age as 36. When importing using the from keyword, do not use the module name when referring to elements in the module. Example, person1's age, not my module, persons1 dot age. Okay. Python dates. A date in Python is not a data type of its own, but we can import a module named datetime to work with dates as date object. Import the datetime module and display the current date. So datetime is a built-in module here, which we can use it however we like. So we have imported a datetime module and we are using the datetime to get what is the date of at till up at now. So sorry, import datetime dot datetime. So here we can see that we are getting the date here and the time here also using the import datetime module, and when we try to print it we get the date and time respectively. Date output, when we execute a code from the example above, if above, the result will be like this. We have got the date contain year, so 2025 which is year, 6 which is month, day which is 4, and hour, minute and second, so it's 12:49 and second 50, and also we got the microsecond here. The datetime module has many methods to return information about the date object. Here are few examples. We will learn more them later in this chapter. So return the year and name of weekday. So let's try it. Uh, let's see. Yes. So we have imported the module datetime and we are trying to get what is the year now. So we retrieve the value as 2025, and this is a method or function which will give us the day of the name of the weekday, basically creating date object. To create a date, we can use a date time class or the date time module. So we can also use the date time class also. The date time class requires three parameters to create a date, year, month, and day. To create a date object, import date time or date time equals to. So here first we will input the year, then month, and then the day, and we can print it to get its value. Let's try. So yes, we are getting the value as year, month, and date. Basically, we are not getting the time here as we have not imported it. The date time class also take parameters for time and time zone, hour, minute, second, and microsecond, and time zone also, but they are optional and has a default value of 0. So we are getting the default value as 0 here, as we have not taken it. strf time method. The datetime object has a method for formatting date object into readable strings. This method is called strf time and takes one parameter format to specify the format of the return string. So we want to display the name of the month. So let's try it. So yes, we are getting the month as June here. So if we write here A, then we will get the year basically. Um, sorry, the weekday basically. And what if we write C, then we are getting as 20. I don't get it. So here we can see the values. So basically I have tried for C, which is telling us the century it is. So yes, it is 20th century. And we can also use the codes here, directives here to get the description and get the values. So for weekday short version, in short, we use small a. For full version, we use capital A. Weekday as a number, so we use small w. Day of month, then we used small d. Basically, we all get the references here and we can use it accordingly. Python maths. Python has a set of built-in maths function, including an extensive math module that allows you to perform mathematical tasks on number. Firstly, we get min max math function can be used to find the lowest or highest value in an iterable. So here x is using min function containing value 5, 10, and 25, which will print the minimum value among the all values. And here y is containing a max function which will print the maximum value among the values. So here we can see 5 is smallest among 5, 10, and 25. So from using min function, we get the minimum value as 5. And when we are using the maximum function, then we are getting the value as 25. ABS function returns the absolute positive value of the specified number. So it gives us basically the positive value or absolute value to it. So basically we use 7.2 minus 7.25 here. So it is a negative number which returns us as a positive. POW, which function basically is a power function, returns the values of x to the power of y. So let's try it also. So basically it has done that 4 to the power of 3, which is equals to 64. We can also try for other values. For 9 to the power of 2. So basically we are getting the value as 81 here. 9 to the power 2 is equals to 81. Python has also a built-in module called math, which extends a list of mathematical functions. To use it, you must import the math module. So first, it is a inbuilt function, math, which is a inbuilt function. So when you have imported the math module, you can start using methods and constant of the module. So some methods and constants are there which we can use it after importing the math module. So here we have imported the math module and we are trying to find the square root of 64.
Okay, Shivam, till where we have covered now?
Sir, we are completing Python math.
This is Python library under which module it is? Scroll up.
Sir, Python
Python
tutorial.
tutorial. Okay, fine. For Python library, how much it is pending? File
Sir,
monitoring.
6 to 7 topics are.
Scroll down. Here is a Python module. Okay, it will take some time. So fine. Uh, Others, are you able to understand what Shivam is telling? And I hope you people are also at your end executing the codes. Are you doing these things? Hello, Ankita,
Yes, sir.
Ashish, Nishu, Pratik. Yes. Okay.
Yes, sir.
What about Pratik, Ashish Singh, Pratik Yadav?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So, what we are doing, the rest of the thing you people do offline, and then we will connect at 4 p.m. Fine,
Okay,
in
sir.
evening. Yeah.
Okay, sir.
So, so I would expect everyone to do the things parallelly. Shivam is really doing very hard work. He is explaining the things, presenting the things. Okay. So please try at your end also. From tomorrow, tomorrow will presentation will be given by some another person. Okay, from any one of you. I will select any one of you. You just be prepared. So you have to offline till here Python math. What Shivam has uh, explained the things. Uh, Till here you all need to be cover everything, and offline also whatever and maximum you can cover, you can cover it. And in case if you have any doubt, any issue, any coding error, if you are facing anything, you ping here. in the chat, okay? Or somewhere note it down. We will connect in evening or tomorrow. We will discuss on the issue if you are facing anything. So please work on it, and if you are doing, then only you are able to get any issue or something. If you are not doing, you will not get anything. So if you are not get anything, yes, Shivam.
Sir, we have to complete the file handling part also.
Uh, yeah, file handling also we have to cover because it is used for exceptional handling cases,
Okay, sir.
exceptional error handling. So it is also important. So at least one time, or these you are aware of these things. You already done this. I mean, in your earlier classes during your BTech.
Mm, sir,
Did
I have read the file handling topic using
in other
Java.
language. Yeah,
Yes,
I
sir,
know,
in other
using
language.
Java, yeah. So then things are same, only language is changed. The basic
Yes, sir.
concept is remain same. You need to just then it is very easy to go through once. It is
Yes,
not
sir.
like that you are not aware about the things. You are aware about the things if you have done these things earlier in another language. If you are seeing all the things are same, just the only the format is changed because Java has a different format language. This is a different format language. Only representation is changed. Basic concept is remain same. Only basic concept is remain same. Only format is changed. So file handling, I think everyone is aware about it. You can easily understand it. So just look into it at one time. Basic major thing will come in the under the Python library. Those are the important things which we need to understand. Fine. So the maximum you can cover offline. Then we will meet at 4 p.m. Then we will start from there. Fine. Is it fine for with everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I don't know. Only few people are showing interest. What about others? I don't know. But if you really want to do something in the AIML, you have to be active. Okay. So because this you have only chosen this at your own. It is uh it was your wish that you have to select AIML. Then accordingly you have to work hard. And obviously the future of AIML is very good. Fine. So please be active and work on it. Whatever time you are getting, work on the language, work on the more you do the coding, the more it will be easy to understand. So fine, I am now wrapping up the call. We will meet at 4 or 4:30. I will let you know. Okay. So please be available for evening.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you all. Bye.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
तुम दोनों में से किसी को कुछ
हाँ,
समझ में आ रहा था?
अरे साले इतना कौन पढ़ता है?
अरे यार मैं
हाँ,
खुद थक गया हूँ, बताओ। मैं खुद थक गया।
शकल दिखाओ पहले, शकल दिखाओ। इतना इतना काहे दो हम लोगों के लिए टफ कर रहे हो तुम रीड कर दिया करो, एक्सप्लेनिंग क्यों कर रहे हो?
रीड कर लूं केवल तो फिर तो हो गया।
अरे तुम्हें करना था, हम लोग को फांस दोगे तुम। सो आई दे आर हियर। प्रतीक भाई कहाँ चले गए? अरे बाप रे।
बताओ, मैं फोन से दिखा रहा हूँ। बताओ, क्लासेस लैपटॉप में चल रही हैं बट फोन से दिखा रहा हूँ।
क्यों नहीं एक्सेस नहीं ले रहा क्या कैमरा?
कैमरा ऐसे एक्सेस नहीं ले रहा है, यहाँ से मेरे फोन से कनेक्ट है ना लैपटॉप पूरा,
अच्छा,
तो इसी वजह से अभी यहाँ
प्रतीक
से
भाई क्या बोल रहे
वो
हैं?
कर
अरे
कुछ
प्रतीक
बोल
भाई
ही
कुछ
नहीं
तो
रहा है।
बोलो। तो नहीं गया भाई, ये प्रतीक भाई की फोटो है क्या?
नहीं, प्रतीक की तो नहीं लग रही है फोटो।
लगे तो प्रतीक ही लग रहा है। कल शाम को क्या फिर कराएगा? ये कब तक खत्म करेगा?
शाम को 4 बजे से है, देखते हैं क्या होता है।
क्या प्रैक्टिस कराएगा कि फिर ये रीडिंग कराएगा?
हम्म।
रीडिंग रीडिंग कराएगा?
नहीं यार, रीडिंग नहीं करवाए, प्रैक्टिस करवा ले चल जाएगा।
हाँ, कल किसका नंबर है भाई?
तुम लोग जानो, मेरा तो नहीं है, मेरे को पता है।
मेरे तो बोला योर रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, योर टुमारो। मेरी ये रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है। ये तो
Can you please log out from the meeting? I've asked to all to sign out.
ओके सर।
Yeah, thank you.